So let's move on and talk a bit about drones, shall we? I know I always enjoy a good conversation about robot death from the sky. Well, ladies and gentlemen, McClatchy newspapers have obtained documents that show that the Obama administration has, in fact, lied about the use of drones. Reading from McClatchy, quote, "Contrary to assurances that it has deployed U.S. drones only against known senior leaders of al-Qaeda and allied groups, the Obama administration has targeted and killed hundreds of suspected lower-level Afghan, Pakistani, and unidentified other militants in scores of strikes in Pakistan's rugged tribal area," classified U.S. intelligence reports show. End quote. So they found that not only have we been targeting non-Al-Qaeda affiliated groups, but the U.S. has actually been partnering with Pakistan's government to target Pakistani targets that the Pakistani government actually wanted taken out as well. But back to the groups itself. Reading on from McClatchy, they found that, quote, "At least 265 of up to 482 people who the U.S. intelligence reports estimated the CIA killed during a 12-month period ending in September 2011 were not senior al-Qaeda leaders, but instead were assessed as Afghan, Pakistani, and unknown extremists. Drones killed only 6 top al-Qaeda leaders in those months, according to news media accounts." End quote. So only 6 were supposed top al-Qaeda. 6. That is less than 2% of drone strike victims in that period. 6 top al-Qaeda leaders, 265 supposed low-level militants who were, according to the administration, not supposed to be targeted for drone strikes. So that's 265, and the rest of the 200 plus, other people, whoever they are, they're dead. They're dead now. They're not even militants. They don't get to really tell their story about how they were killed because, again, they're not around. McClatchy also found that 43 of the 95 drone strikes reviewed for that period hit groups other than Al-Qaeda. So, look, the whole drone warfare thing that's going on right now is much, much, much larger than the Obama administration has claimed. Marcy Wheeler, who is on the show today, by the way, Marcy points out that these reports actually show that the CIA and the intelligence community in general has in fact repeatedly given false and inaccurate information and testimony when it comes to civilian casualties caused specifically by drone strikes. And if you've been following the drone story, this really shouldn't come as a surprise, but what these documents do show is that not only have they been lying about the scope of the project, not only have they been lying about who they targeted, other documents show that oftentimes, this is where it gets me even crazier. I mean, the whole thing is crazy, but this is even worse. The documents actually show that McClatchy found that oftentimes they actually had absolutely no idea who they were killing. They had no idea who they were blowing up from the sky. Reading again from McClatchy, quote, "The documents also show that drone operators weren't always certain who they were killing, despite the administration's guarantees of the accuracy of the CIA's targeting intelligence and its assertion that civilian casualties have been exceedingly rare." End quote. But come on, folks, come on, let's be fair. Let's be fair here to Obama and the CIA. Isn't asking that the CIA know who they're evaporating from the sky with killer robots, isn't that a little too much to ask of them? I mean, killing people with drones is a full-time job. That's hard work. We actually want them to know who they're disintegrating to? That's just unreasonable, right? I mean, after all, President Obama has assured us that, quote, "it has to be a threat that is serious and not speculative, end quote. And if he thinks these people who they're killing are serious, even though they don't know who they are, who are we to question, right? Who are we to speculate about their speculative killings? We'll be right back.